Hello, welcome to Two Limes and a Lemon, the show, or the podcast, should I say, that reviews literally any film that you want to throw at us. This season, however, is 6 Degrees of Separation. Last week we looked at The Spooky Village, and it was my turn to change it around and find something to relate to it. So I picked the film Lost in Space, the 1998 cult classic. What's the connection? I can't remember. It's the old man. It's the dad, isn't it?
He's not old in that. He's prime
pretty
of his
young
life.
now in 98.
Yeah. So saying that, so this week, we're checking out the 1998 cult classic Lost in Space.
Is it just start with us talking?
Yeah, Dave's gonna do us some like a jingle, I think.
Dave.
Nah.
Danielle.
Two Limes
and a Lemon.
So before we go into our little adventure in space, we're going to do a thing called, we always do, called What Have You Been Consuming? So this is basically what have you been up to this past few weeks. So I'm going to go with Danielle first. Can you tell us what you've been up to?
Yeah, this week I started watching a new show on Apple Plus called Widow's Bay. It is a kind of horror comedy about this island community, and there's like spooky stuff that happens, and it's all a little quirky, but the creepy stuff is pretty creepy, so I'm enjoying it.
What makes it creepy?
Just there's a old wives' tale that if you're born on the island, you can never leave, and each episode is sort of a monster of the week so far. And there's sort of this overarching idea that the island has weird stuff that happens with it. So the first episode, they're trying to get a travel writer to come to the island so that they can start boosting the tourism on the island. And there's a fog rolling in, and it's like there's something bad in the fog. And then there's like a monster-y thing in the second episode. And the third episode, I really felt it kind of started to click together.
Are they 50-minute long episodes as well?
I think so, yeah.
I can't see. My issue is with shows. I can't do 50 minutes of TV show. I don't know. Something in me I can't bear myself to it anymore unless it's really, really, really good.
Unless it's 1,000 episodes.
That's
of One
what I
Piece
was
that
gonna
you
say.
hate.
Yeah, yeah, but they're 20 minutes long, so I can steam bowls myself through
So
it.
20 minutes, 1,000 episodes.
I can do.
You can do the
but
maths.
50 minutes.
So how many is that in hours?
Can you break them into like 2 watchings? I feel like you're missing a lot of really good television not watching hour-long dramas anymore.
No, I don't know. I got a friend that's obsessed with dramas, and all she does is watch it. And it's like, have you watched this show? Have you watched this show? I'm like, there's no time. I've got to watch One Piece.
Yeah.
I've been watching season 5 or the final season of The Boys.
Important question, is it a 50-minute show?
Sometimes it's longer, but that's
Oh my
okay
God.
because I don't have a very busy life apparently. So I can watch these series that are 50 minutes long and make time for them. I mean, it's definitely worth watching. I wouldn't say the latest season has been as good as like the first 3 probably.
They've got like
There's
both
like a set.
supernatural guys in it now, right?
Yeah, so Jensen Ackles has been in it for a few seasons now, but I know the last season is going to have the other 2. I don't think they're going to be in it for much. I think it's probably just like a cameo, but yeah, I have seen the like teasers for it. So I wonder now that The Boys is finished, will they go back and do something with Supernatural, whether it be like a mini-series, like a movie or something? Because I feel like if they've kind of kept them all together, I feel like maybe it's time now to go back to Supernatural.
My consuming this week has literally been like this afternoon as well, because I watched it this morning. So I started. Well, me and Nat and Jay came over yesterday, and we were skimming through stuff to watch, and something did pop up called The Virgin Island.
Oh my God, we
And I
were
was
like, we
like-
should watch that. It's going to be cool.
I gave it a go. Just gave one episode a go. Halfway through it, it's 50 minutes long. I can't do all that. and it's about a bunch of virgins. It's not like a drama. It's like a documentary kind of thing.
It's a reality show, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's like a therapy kind of
Okay.
retreat. I think it's a documentary in that sense. And there's like different ages, so from like 20s. The oldest person there is 35. And they're all got, not issues, but they've all got past traumas or ways they're trying to deal with their, I guess, virginness, and they want to sort of be a bit more comfortable with the idea of having sex. It's really uncomfortable to watch though, because there are some bits where the therapists come out and they're like, just watch us for a second. Like their first experience is these two women just sort of macking on each other and touching each other's legs, and all these people are just really uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, they're just throwing them into the deep end. But
I mean, I think anyone would be uncomfortable
Yeah.
whether you were a virgin or not. I would be like, what the fuck?
yeah, excuse me.
So 50-minute shows are too much for you unless there's lots of nudity and demonstrations
I got through
of
Game of Thrones,
intimacy.
all right. No, well, I haven't finished the first episode, so I stopped it after like half an hour. So we digress. So this week we are checking out the film Lost in Space. I've taken William Hurt from The Village and gone from a sort of thriller, fantasy-esque horror film to a sci-fi space adventure for all the family. So if you haven't seen Lost in Space, I suggest pausing the podcast and giving it a watch if you can find it anywhere.
I'm going to discourage
come
that.
back.
This is another one
Yeah.
where you don't need to watch this film.
I'll give you a little brief synopsis if not. So Lost in Space follows the Robertson family who have been chosen to travel through space on a mission to save humanity. But they're sabotaged by Mr. Smith, played by Gary Oldman, and the mission goes wrong and they're flown widely off course into deep space. They're stranded light years from home, end up going on a spaceship full of spiders and meeting a little CGI monkey, CGI being very, very limited at this point, and landing on a planet that has a bubble of time travel twists. And it ends very abruptly. It feels like there was a sequel needed, but hey-ho, it didn't do too well. So that's probably why it ended there. So that is the film in a nutshell. Obviously, there's loads of characters in this, which we'll sort of speak about later on. But first off, I want to ask you guys, what was your first... So, like, what was your overall feeling when you rewatched it? Have you seen it before first? Sorry.
I
Yes,
haven't.
many times. You've never seen it
haven't,
before.
Danielle.
No.
Oh my god. Whoa.
This
We probably feel how you feel.
this came out like I think I had just finished college. Actually, so the one piece of trivia I found out about this is they referred to this film as The Iceberg because it was like the film that ended Titanic's #1 streak at the box office. So I
Yeah,
think
I've been on there for like 15 weeks.
Yeah, I think during this time, it was April of that year. I had gone to visit a friend who was studying abroad for like a month in Europe, and so I missed The Iceberg.
Well done. That's good. Because that iceberg was pretty bad.
The same thing kind of happened in this rewatch in that I like the movie up until they land on the planet. And then the planet bit gets a bit too like... I don't know, like it's meant to be like a fun family action film and it gets a bit too deep. It sort of loses its kind of like, oh, we're out in the middle of space and finding like a ship with spiders on. And once they're on the planet, then it gets a bit too like boring and like mumbo jumbo techno jargon.
Too much There's too much plotting in this film. It starts off with this like... There's this like sedition. They kept saying sedition over and over again. I think they were the like anti whoever. I don't know what they were, but they were the baddies at first. I'm like, okay, we've got this.
So this is who Gary Oldman worked for.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, the world is being destroyed. We've got this thing where recycling isn't working anymore. Okay. Sedition. Okay. There's whatever. And then, oh, we forgot about that. And now we're lost in space. Oh, we found this this other ship. Oh wait, is this the ship that came to rescue us? And there's this like biome in it and these like weird spider things. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that. Oh, okay, no, we're done with that one. Okay, now on to the next one. Now we're on this other planet.
Yeah, it's very Alice in Wonderland, isn't it? it's like
Yeah,
just gonna
that's
meet loads of
true.
people and then go.
No, but nothing with that. That's like 3 things.
Well, in the middle of it all, there was also like the sun's pulling us too close. We have to drive through the solution to anything in that ship was we got to drive through it. The sun, we're going to get burned up
go
by the
into
sun.
hyperdrive.
Yeah,
quick.
drive through the sun. Then we're going to get pulled into this time warp, whatever on this. No, there's these things on this planet we can get through. Wait a minute, the gravitational pull of this planet. Let's go through the planet.
But they're very obvious with this will happen later. So, like, for example, when they talk about the spiders eat themselves, but they don't, they kind of just do it as like a throwaway comment and they're like, we'll throw that back in at the end.
Well, the thing is, like you said earlier, there was meant to be 2 sequels to this movie.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that they set up, like the Gary Oldman's turning into a spider, obviously we meet him in the future and he's like full spider. But
Is he?
Gary Oldman, like what do you not
He's
think
something.
he is? He's something. He's some sort of weird hybrid. But the Dr. Smith that's obviously the present day Dr. Smith, his spider issue is not resolved at the end of this movie. Like,
Yes.
he is still transforming, which was going to be like, I looked up a thing about what the next movie was going to be. It was going to be like Judy sorting out a cure for him. They get to the planet they're meant to be going to, and there's already people there. So it was like very odd.
Apparently, also the Penny character was going to get skin change color ability, like Blarg.
Oh, like Blob. Yeah.
Blob. So let's talk about CGI with this film. Do you think, looking at it now, it's extremely dated?
Yes.
or
Yes.
does it
Considering
still
that
work?
Jurassic Park came out before this and it looks like it was made like 20 years after this, yes, the
feels
CGI
like
is
a-
dated.
Yeah. So which CGI, Nat, do you think, like, out of all this, so you got the flying spaceship, you got
It's
Blarp,
Blarp.
the monkey
Blarp's the
thing, Blarp,
worst.
or is it Agent Smith?
No,
Or-
Agent Smith's not
So
too
what-
bad because I feel Agent Smith, Dr. Smith in his spider form. It's not too bad because I feel like the face was still animatronic. It wasn't fully CG. Blarp looks rubbish because he's interacting with people, so the contrast is so jarring.
Also, he's like cartoony. He looks like it doesn't fit with the rest of the realistic sort of gritty
Styling.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of does get forgotten about later on. It's like,
Yeah.
we found the monkey, and then it's like, okay, the monkey's gone now, and the monkey's back right at the end.
I mean, let's be
I
honest.
remember-
Penny
yeah.
wouldn't have anything to do if that monkey didn't come on board.
No, she had her stupid blog to do.
Penny Vision, yeah.
She had to put whatever gross stuff in her hair every day to make it
that
look.
hair gel.
I remember seeing that monkey and thinking, wow, amazing.
Oh, yeah, me
It's
too.
really, yeah,
I wish
remember
I
just
had
being
the
like,
monkey when I was younger.
yeah. I was like, I want the monkey. It changes colour. And then, like now, yeah, definitely looking at now, the spiders, the monkey, all just looks like Tomb Raider PS1 graphics. Even I feel like Agent Smith when he's got
Not
the cloak
ages,
on.
Doctor.
Oh, the agent. I'm
Doctor,
he's an agent for me.
he got an extra degree.
Doctor, sorry. Yes, he's a doctor. Yes, I'm a doctor.
Do you know what
Yeah,
though?
him.
Even like TV shows that are around this time, like Stargate SG-1, the CGI is better in that as aged better than this.
Oh, because it didn't have as
Yeah.
big of a budget. When the movies around this time, if they had a huge budget, they put nothing into practical effects and everything into digital. And like, there's so many rubbish-looking movies at this time that just relied too much on bad CGI. Sorry, Dave. Get back to your point.
But yeah, I was just saying with Mr. Smith, like when he was a alien, when he's got his cloak on, I was like, yes, that works. It's creepy.
Yeah.
It's very like buggy. But then when he takes it all off and he's like, I am a god.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ugh. I remember being terrified of that as a kid. But watching it now, you're like, it just feels like a weird CGI face on this bad CGI body. that's trying to be all and then they get rid of him so quick. They're like, yeah, he's too big and too weird to keep on
everything
the set. We'll just push him into this thing.
Everything that's
it's very resolved very quickly.
Yeah, everything resolves quickly in this. Like they're up in space, like they go up into space, and Smith has like reprogrammed the robot, and it's supposed to be this like super strong killer robot, but I think the kid takes it down immediately, and then and now you got me doing it, Agent Smith. Dr. Smith as the spider. Yeah, they get rid of him the thing I didn't understand about him is he a spider? Then why does he have spiders inside of him that then comes back the point that, oh, the spiders eat their wounded? Oh, yeah, they didn't even have to kill him. The spiders killed him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he just fell down, didn't he?
Yeah, the spiders are killing him, and he fell into the.
How did William Hurt realize that he was full of spiders?
Because he said he had a sack full of eggs that he was going to hatch.
Oh, gross! I missed that.
My issue with Dr. Smith is like once he knows he's lost in space and whatever he does isn't going to really make any difference. Why is he still like evil? Like you would be like, oh, actually, like I actually will make friends with these people now because we're in serious trouble here. But he doubles down and he's like, no, I'm definitely evil.
You know what?
He smashes up that room, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, and he's got like either poo or blood on the walls. I don't know what one.
A little bit of both. I will say that. So I was familiar with the 1965 show, which was in repeats when I was a kid. Just so nobody thinks that I was watching television in 1965. But
the immortal Danielle, everybody.
the original show is known for being like super campy and cheesy. But the original, like when it started, it was created to because Star Trek was created at the same time. It was like sort of competing sci-fi, Lost in Space kind of like in space shows, and had a very serious tone. And then they realized that people liked Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith was supposed to die in the first episode, but people liked the character so much that they kept him on, made him the focus of the show, and he just got like campier and like making little like droll comments and trying to like take control all of the time. But people loved him more and more. It was like him and the robot. I guess that's why it kind of makes sense that he's still in it and trying to do bad stuff. When it really doesn't benefit him that much.
There's so many times where Joey from Friends could have taken him out because they like, oh, you're betraying us here. Oh, we'll put you in the brig. Oh, you're betraying us here. We'll take you along. He literally his alien self, like he's like when he turns into that little gross monster thing, throws him away, and they find him again, and they bring him back on the ship. But
it made no sense to me.
Leave him there. He's like, I'm going to shoot this child. Yeah, he's safe to bring on board.
Oh, that child was stupid though. Oh, I'm going to change my gun that only fires for me and let everybody use it. You little dum dum.
Dum-dum. So yeah, speaking about the family itself, like, what do you think of their? Like, do they have chemistry, or do they feel like a family, or do they feel like a bunch of people that have no idea how to?
I feel like the only ones that I could say actually felt kind of like a family were Judy and the dad. Is it John? It's hard because there's a John and a Don. Like, why would you name two characters that similar? So Don is the Matt LeBlanc character and John is the dad.
I feel like the family, they just weren't gelling enough. I feel like Penny was very much an outsider. She just sort of didn't feel like she had any scenes with anybody else apart from the monkey and Joey.
I thought it worked though. I thought all of that worked, given it was supposed to be that he was like married to his job more than his family. And so like the whole theme in that is that he has been so into his job for so long. He's missed life events. The kids don't feel connected to him anymore. The only way the older daughter could feel connected to him was to get a job with him. The son wins this science fair at the very beginning, and he comes home and the wife is like all upset with like, you missed this big event. And to really like hammer it home, they have left the whole spread of food out just like an entire roast chicken sitting at, like, she didn't think to put anything away. You have to like show him how
it's just
terrible
so
he
she's got to
is.
show him. Yeah.
Yeah. So the moral of his story arc is like give your son a hug and recognize that
Basically,
he can build a time
tell him
machine.
you love him.
Yeah.
That
tell
is
your
kind
family.
of the theme of the whole film, to be honest. It's literally just tell him you love him, because otherwise they might grow up to be a weird Jared Harris, like
takes on
crazy
a spider.
scientist.
Yeah, that's his
As
father
an adoptive
figure.
dad, yeah.
See, I didn't know he died at the end. I thought he would be fine, but obviously he blew up with the rest of the planet. His older self.
And he was completely dubbed. Another film where
Yeah.
a character was completely dubbed over, like Lissa Anthony in Kroll.
The other last sort of like moral is it doesn't matter how many times she says no, one yes will work.
Yeah.
Because he tries.
I mean,
guy,
he's not very
Matt LeBlanc.
romantic. He even says we're the only like consenting adults in the whole of the galaxy. So it's just like, well, it's either me or nothing.
What do we think of those?
Spacesuits. They left little to the
Spacesuits.
imagination. Let's put it that way.
It's like, what could we design? It's almost level of like Batman and
Yes.
Yeah, it is
Robin
very
kind of
Batman-esque.
stuff.
Yeah.
Let's make
Like
sure
the
we
plate
have.
chests.
Yeah, let's make sure that the 13-year-old girl has a accurate chest of her boobs.
like molded.
Yeah, it's a little-
molded chest
very
piece.
weird.
Apparently, those suits were like
Yeah.
super heavy too, and hard for them to act in because they were like a combination of cloth and metal. I watched a couple of videos about this to see what other people thought, and I guess like a certain set of fans of this film really enjoyed. There's like a transition where Matt LeBlanc's character like puts like face armor on. I don't even remember
Oh, when
it.
he's shooting the spiders.
Yeah.
He gets out like a special gun, and then this metal thing comes out over his face.
Yeah. I don't even remember that scene.
It's the first Iron Man kind of
Yeah.
film experience. Like when Iron Man puts his armor on, this is the first.
I do
sort of
remember
trial of
liking that when I used to watch it back in the day.
Danielle, like watching this for the first time, then, what was your like as when you was going through it? Was it like from the get go? Was you like, oh no, this is going to be god awful, or was you like, was there a certain point when you were like, I can't wait for this to finish?
No, I went into. There's been a couple films that we pick that I do sit down and I'm like, I'm not looking forward to this at all. Maybe like the Pokemon movie is one example of that.
Yeah.
Fluke, I wasn't very enthused to sit down and watch, but this one I thought, oh, this. Maybe partially because of how well Nat sold it, saying that it was something that you watched a bunch when you were a kid. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
shouldn't be
sorry.
bad. And then when I was,
It was so bad.
I watched it in two parts because I wanted to watch the finale of Saturday Night Live last night because it had Will Ferrell and Paul McCartney on it. And so I watched like 30 minutes and then paused it and watched the other half. So I don't know if that also helped with me not being super enthused by it, but also watching 30 minutes and then I looked at how much longer was left and I thought, oh, I really don't want to go back to this now. But no, I started having trouble when I was like leaning closer to try and figure out what the sedition thing was and why they were having this like battle at the beginning where Matt LeBlanc was like in Star Wars sort of mode. Him and
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what was going, like I was just struggling to follow all of the half-baked plots. And that's when I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And then it cemented it when Blarg came onto the screen. And I was like, no.
We did have a good old conversation about Porky the Pig halfway through.
Yeah, we did. You didn't know who. Nat didn't know who Porky the Pig was.
I didn't know he had
When
a
they're-
name.
When they're in the ship and they're like drawing on the...
Yeah, like star charts out on the like the steamy window, and
Do you
then
know
he
who
was
Bugs
like Porky
Bunny
the
is?
Pig. Well, yeah, I know who Bugs Bunny is. He's
How
got
do
a
you not know
name, but I
Porky
didn't
Pig?
know that he was. I don't know. I just didn't know he had a name. I know there was a pig in it, but I didn't know he had a name. I was like, I know Elmer Fudd, like, but I don't know Porky the Pig.
Do you know Porky's girlfriend's name?
No, clearly not. If I
she's
don't
got a
know
girlfriend?
him.
Petunia Pig.
Well,
I don't
there
know,
you go.
actually. I thought he was on his own. To be fair, it's normally just Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd.
Yeah,
Daffy Duck.
I just didn't.
And the chicken.
Oh, yeah, I know Daffy
Duck,
Duck.
yeah. And the chicken.
Foghorn Leghorn?
Also, I'll say
Oh,
more.
I didn't know what his name was though.
I did.
Has Porky Pig actually got any episodes with him in, or is it just the bit at the end he does?
Yes, I couldn't name them for you now, but yes, he is in full episodes. He's not just like the logo pig.
He's famous enough to be remembered in 2050 by Matt LeBlanc. So
Oh, is that when this movie's set?
Yeah.
I think it was 2050. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
coming
Well,
up
it's only a
soon,
little
guys.
while,
20 years
yeah.
from now. Yeah,
We better start building our guitar pick ship so we can head off into the unknown.
All I know is this movie told me that recycling is not going to do enough. The one thing that like stuck out to me is like getting towards the conclusion of it, where we're, you know, like you weren't a good enough dad, and I wanted to be a better dad. John Robinson says to Will, "Don't you know you're the most important thing in the world to me?" And I was like, what about the 2 daughters and the wife? Like, why is
I
Will
assume
the
he
most
meant
important?
family in general.
He didn't say that, though. He was like, Will, you are the most important thing in the world to me. Screw your 2 sisters.
It's because he knows that he's going to be a really good scientist when he grows up now, because he's seen his potential in the future. So he's like, actually, maybe I should like pay more attention to Will.
This kid can use time travel.
And he has saved their like butts on numerous occasions with that robot.
Yeah. I also hate that they call it Robot.
And
It
it's-
doesn't have a like fun name. It's just Robot. And then
Yeah.
I said to Nat when we were watching it, I was like, they're like 20 years in the future. And he's like, hey, Robot. I'm like, you've had 20 years to build a relationship with this robot that can speak to you.
At least
Give
call
it a
it
fucking
Robert.
name. Yeah. Call it Simon or something. Or like Dad 2. Like, it's fine. Like,
I think that was also true of the original show. I think they never gave it a name, but I think the fans referred to the robot as Robbie.
So, like, looking at the ending of this film, as a kid as well, and watching it now, I still think it just abruptly ends. It's like escaped planet exploding, and then they kind of go, we're going to have to go in hyperdrive. Oh, yeah.
It's like pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
Pedal
you don't
to the
even know
metal.
if they survive the
Yeah.
hyperdrive because it goes right into the rave.
I flash back to when I was in the cinema to that, duh, 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 and everyone's slowly getting up and just leaving.
And it's got like
to this
little
really
clips of
exciting
Matt
music.
LeBlanc talking, like his little like snippets throughout the movie in there.
Just could you imagine the premiere of this and everyone just sort of like, okay, then let's just go then, shall we? And,
Apparently, that song was like a hit in the UK.
Yeah, it was.
closing
It was
credit
like
song
in the
was
charts.
not in the US.
It was in the charts. Yeah.
like the after the Matt LeBlanc space fight scene at the beginning, the opening credits come up, but it's kind of like this warped stretch of the
Yes.
word "lost in space" that sort of drags across the screen, which you can barely read as it is. So I was like, "What's that?" And it's like, "Oh, lost in space." Okay, it's like you've not really like this is setting up the film to be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, just here's some just experimental titles that we're playing with. Yeah,
I
it
was writing a
so
note
bad,
and I
yeah.
looked up and just saw the word space, and I was like, was that the opening title?
Is that the film I'm watching? Okay. Yeah, we normally end these podcasts with favourite characters, worst characters, and overall rating of the film. So should we give our favourite characters? Let's go with those first.
Yeah.
So Nat, who do you think's your favourite?
I'm gonna go with Penny. She doesn't do much, but she stands out, I suppose, as like when she's on screen, I'm always looking at her because she's like, I don't know, like her mannerisms are like quirky. And I said, I don't know if anyone, well, I know Dave hasn't, but I used to watch a show called Farscape, and there's a character in that called Chiana, and it's like a spitting image sort of thing, apart from she's not painted grey. But she's very much like, I feel like in sci-fi, you always have to have like a young female character that's all a bit quirky and moves kind of like cat-like. And that's what I feel Penny was for this. My least was Maureen because she literally did nothing. Like, I know I said Penny didn't do a lot, but Maureen did nothing.
She played with her eyebrows.
There was like one scene where she was like, oh, we're going to have like a pissing contest now. And then that was literally all she did. Like, she didn't go on the ship with the spiders. She didn't leave the ship when they went into the bubble, like, apart from to like do some repairs on the hull. She did nothing.
She's the lead scientist, Natalie.
She didn't do anything.
She had,
Even when she was
apparently
trying
she
to get
was,
Gigi
yeah.
out of the pod that had malfunctioned, she had to get Dr.
Yeah.
Smith to come and help her.
And also the
Well,
whole
you
point
know.
was she didn't work with all of them. She was like home raising the kids. My most favorite was Will. I thought he was like a precocious kid, and I liked that he was like all science-y, and he kind of drove a lot of the plot for, once you get to the finale, obvious reasons. And then my least favorite was Penny. I thought she was just annoying.
My favourite was Dr. Smith because he stood out the most. He's got his chaotic energy that sort of just, he's always coming up with a plan to do bad things without any sort of concise idea of why. He's very much just like, I'm evil. Even when he's having that conversation with the kid and he's like manipulating him to let him out. Oh, you need someone like a doctor. And he's like, you're a doctor. I am a doctor, aren't I? It's so stupid.
I think maybe in part it's
so I
because
think,
Gary
like,
Oldham's such a good actor, you know?
So when we end this, we think about our limes and lemons. So me and Nat vote it out of 5 limes, and Danielle does it out of 5 lemons. So the limes will go first. What do you think, Nat?
I'm going to give it a 2. Yeah, I mean, going into this is another one of these films like Darjeeling Limited and No Country for Old Men, where I've gone in being like, oh, I really enjoyed that, and then I've watched it and I'm like, oh, did I really enjoy it, or was it just the time of life maybe that I was in at the time that I thought it was good? I can see why I liked it as like a kid. Like, I was very into sci-fi, so obviously it ticked those boxes. I used to like Matt LeBlanc in Friends, so I suppose it was interesting to watch him in something else that wasn't Friends. But would I watch it again now? I would watch it probably up until the spider ship, and then not bother after that. I feel like that was the pinnacle of the movie, really, and then it just sort of went downhill from there.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, but I'm going to give it a 1 instead. Like, I've got no interest in watching this film again. I'm annoyed at my younger self for watching it so many times. I should have done something else, watched maybe Back to the Future or something.
Oh, Jesus, don't go that low,
It's
Dave.
that bad. But yeah, awful film. Those who are still here listening to the podcast, you don't need to watch it. If you've watched it because we've sent you to watch it, then I can only apologise. Danielle, what do you
I was going
think?
to say, I guess I don't get a vote this week. I'm going to give it 2 as well. I thought the like spaceship, like the CG with the spaceships and that stuff was pretty good, like for a 90s space film, but everything else was pretty bad.
So that ends our space travel. We are now lost in space of why we watched this film.
But we'll be coming
and then-
back down to earth for the next movie.
We are. So that's a goodbye from me.
Pedal to the metal from me.
Just goodbye from me.
See you later.
Bye.
Du- 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 du.